Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at chapter 18 of the Summa Logicae by William of Ockham. This chapter is called On the Five Universals in General. Let's just get into it. So first we're going to have the difference between in quali and in quid predication. So when you predicate something in quid, the thing you're predicating will tell you what the kind of thing is. What is it? There are two kinds of in quid predication. The first would be something like man or water molecule. These will be the most specific species. There aren't more species below man. It's just man, and all men share humanity. And then there is a second kind of in quid predication, which works at a slightly more general level. So it would be any species which is not the most specific. So animals, physical things, these would count as the second kind of in quid predication. And then an example, then you have in quale predication, which is how is it? That would be something like, how is it? How tall is John? John is 5'3". How fast is Jakob? Jakob is really fast. So those will tell you how something is, and then in quid will tell you what something is. So for now, there are two modes of in quid predication. One is just what is X, like what is Socrates, and the other is what is X plus a connotation. So in the first, all we have is an absolute name, but in the second mode, we have a connotative name, and that is what is white. And the reason that white falls into this second category is because there isn't a single thing that corresponds to the word white, at least not on Occam's model of the world. Now we've got some characteristics. If a universal is predicated in quale, it can signify a distinct part of a thing that contains the universal. That would be like the rationality in the form, which is in the form and not in the matter. Or it could be extrinsic predication. So that would be one of the two kinds of accidents. One is a necessary accident, which is called a property, and one is a contingent accident, which is just called an accident. A necessary accident, an example of that would be risibility. This is the classic example. So risibility is the ability to laugh. Any being which has rationality will be capable of laughter. It's necessarily something that flows from the rationality, whereas being 5'3" is not necessary, though it may happen contingently. So risibility is a property, and height is an accident. And then finally, Occam addresses quick objection, which is maybe being and one count as universals, because everything that exists, exists, and everything that exists is also singular. But he says so the objection goes that these are universals, but they're not genera. But Occam says universal is a genus, and therefore neither one nor being can be a genus, and therefore they can't be universals. And that's going to be all for this episode. Thank you for listening.